In today's show, Bitcoin bulls must now defend $33,000 support after a 5% daily loss. That's right, in today's show, I'll be breaking down the latest technical analysis. Crypto analyst Mikhail van de Poppe tweeted, "Would be nice if Bitcoin creates a higher low here and flips 33,000 for support to sustain the momentum." And William Clemente tweeted, "Strong hands have added increasingly through recent price decline, now offsetting selling from weak hands. Now we wait for reaccumulation to complete. Seller exhaustion responding to Willy Woo." We'll also be checking out the latest from Sentiment Analytics. Also in today's show, Willy Woo says Rick Astley hodlers are a key force again and on-chain signals suggest a recovery. That's right, Bitcoin technical analyst and statistician Willy Woo believes that this is not a bear market because of on-chain indicators which are signaling a recovery and the asset is still being bought by long-term hodlers. I'll be breaking this down for you. Also in today's show, Bitcoin and crypto assets to trigger the largest redistribution of wealth in history, according to macro guru Raoul Pal. That's right, the Real Vision founder and macro analyst says a historic transfer of wealth is coming as money flows out of legacy finance into Bitcoin and crypto assets. He goes on to share what is happening is a parallel financial system, and even more than a financial system, it's the new digital architecture of the world is being built. There's a new promised land and people are migrating across at unbelievable speeds. And he goes on to share, and it sounds hyperbolic, but it's not. I think it's going to be the largest redistribution of wealth in all recorded history in the shortest period of time. Also in today's show, Bitcoin proponent Max Keiser sticks with his $220,000 Bitcoin price prediction by 2022. He was recently interviewed by Daniela Cambone of Stansberry Research, entitled "Max Keiser doubles down on Bitcoin price forecast of $220,000 by year end, no fear and no doubt." And quoting Max Keiser regarding the recent crash in Elon FUD, "We've been doing this for 10 years. We've had 15 of these corrections over the past 12 years, and this current one is an average one. Nothing special. Number two, it always shakes out. The weak hands." I'll be breaking down the highlights from this recent interview. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. As you can see, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all the major altcoins are currently correcting back in the red. But where's the Bitcoin price likely to go next? Find out all this, plus so much more, in today's show. Here at Crypto News Alerts, I drop a brand new episode every single day, so be sure to smash that subscribe button. That's right, and hit that bell icon to turn on all notifications to receive daily premium Crypto News Alerts every single day, just like this. And before I kick off today's show, today's episode is brought to you by our sponsor, BlockFi, the leading provider of financial products and services for crypto investors. Here's where you can put your crypto to work and earn up to a 8.6% APY with a BlockFi interest account. You could also earn up to a 10% APY on select stablecoins, and their new flagship product is a BlockFi Bitcoin Rewards Visa credit card, where you'll earn 3.5% back in Bitcoin on all purchases. They also recently ditched their annual fee, truly making this a no-brainer to take advantage of the special offer, as well as receive up to a $250 crypto bonus with a deposit of $100 or more. Go ahead and use my referral link in the description right down below. Let's start stacking those sats and claim your BlockFi Bitcoin Rewards Visa credit card today. All right, welcome back to another episode of Crypto News Alerts. I'm your host, JV. We have a lot to cover as usual, so let's dive right in. Bitcoin faced fresh losses on July 1st, and happy July, by the way, as attention focused on an impending test of an important support zone, as you can see right here, looking at the Bitcoin 1-hour candle chart. So no price breakout for Bitcoin, at least yet. Data from Cointelegraph Markets Pro and TradingView tracked the 5% decline in Bitcoin overnight on Wednesday. Now it's all eyes on an area between 32,300 and 33,000 to provide a floor. On Thursday, popular trader Mikhail van de Poppe reiterated the need for that zone to hold. The pair had reversed after reaching nearly 36,700, erasing most of the gains it had sealed up in a run-up, which began at the weekend. Quoting Mikhail van de Poppe right here, "Would be nice if Bitcoin creates a higher low here and flips 33,000 for support to sustain the momentum." Also, exchange order book data broadly supported this thesis, with buyer interest lined up at an area around 32,000. 37,000 seller resistance remained intact on Binance, as you can see right here on your screen. So yeah, waiting for seller exhaustion. Current spot price weakness thus continues. The tale of two Bitcoin scenario, which has emerged over the past week or so. Specifically, on-chain indicators are broadly bullish and insisting a recovery is already underway, while the Bitcoin price action has failed to comply. And summarizing comments from statistician Willy Woo on Tuesday, analyst William Clemente pointed to a reaccumulation of Bitcoin Bitcoin as being the main takeaway from the past month's volatile price action. As you can see right here, it shows you Bitcoin's liquid supply ratio. Willy Woo uploaded the Bitcoin liquid supply ratio data showing strong hands adding to their positions while new investors panic sold. Checking out this original tweet from Willy Woo. Green, the ratio of coins held by strong hands versus speculative hands. Yes, it's a bullish divergence. Last one was late January 2021 dip. Prior times, the ratio was at this level. Price was between $45,000 and $50,000. Then William Clemente responded, in my opinion, this chart is the easiest way to visualize what's taken place over the last month under the hood. Strong hands have been adding increasingly through recent price decline, now offsetting selling from weak hands. Now we wait for reaccumulation to complete. Seller exhaustion. And Willy Woo responded right here. Supply shock and play. Loving the bear porn on crypto Twitter though. So there you have it. And before I break down our next story of the day and we dive even deeper to some on-chain analysis, Rick Astley hollers a key force again in on-chain signals, suggests recovery, as well as Bitcoin and crypto assets to trigger the largest redistribution of wealth in history, according to macro guru Raoul Pal, as well as Max Keiser doubling down on his $220,000 Bitcoin price prediction by 2022. But first, let's take a quick look at the overall crypto market. As we can see, most of the major altcoins along with the king are back in the red and currently correcting, with Bitcoin down 4.3%, trading just above 33,400. We have Ethereum down 1%, trading at $2,134. Binance Coin down 2%, trading at $288. Chainlink down 5%, trading at about $18. And Polkadot down 1%, trading at $15.44. All right, now let's break down our next story of the day. Bitcoin technical analyst Willy Woo believes that this one is not a bear market because the on-chain indicator is signaling a recovery and the asset is still being bought by long-term hodlers. Let me know if you agree with Willy Woo that we are still in a bull market. I agree 100%. Now, the popular analyst's comments came in an interview on the What Bitcoin Did podcast on June 28th. Woo stated that he does not believe that Bitcoin is in a typical bear market due to signs of accumulation showing on-chain, and referring to the 1980s hit song Never Gonna Give You Up by British pop artist Rick Astley. Woo stated the following: the Rick Astley is the hodler that keeps buying and never tends to sell much. And of course, Rick was very active over 2021, and then suddenly all the coins moved away from Rick to the weak hands, the speculative traders that buy and sell. Now we're seeing that cross back into moving to Rick. And he added that we're currently in a speculative phase, and those coins that were sold earlier this year are slowly being absorbed by long-term hodlers. That's right, where my hodlers at? Write hodl in the comments below. Podcast host Peter McCormick revealed that he hasn't sold any crypto assets yet and is still confident because there is still too much going on and good stuff happening. And analyzing the current Bitcoin price chart, Willy Woo stated that it is a cycle unlike we've ever seen before, as the underlying structure is completely different. He shared the following: the price right now is going sideways bearish. It looks like a white coffee in accumulation price pattern. So if that plays out, we should have the last wick down to 29,000, which should have been the final test of the bottom. Everything on chain looks like it's in recovery. So there you have it. Also, analytics provider Sentiment appears to have noticed similar data, and it noted that the supply of Bitcoin sitting on exchanges has steadily fallen back and is getting locked away for safekeeping by hodlers. Checking out their tweet here. Following Bitcoin's mid-May dip, the supply of Bitcoin sitting on exchanges has steadily fallen back down and locked away for safekeeping by hodlers. This is a good sign for the bulls, as funds moving away from exchanges lowers the risk of major sell-offs. And commenting on the regulatory pressure, which has escalated in China, the US, and the UK, Wu shared the following: it's like Bitcoin is now fighting the final boss in a video game. It's really up against the central bankers, and much earlier than we ever thought. That's right, with El Salvador adopting Bitcoin as legal tender and moving on to a Bitcoin standard and other Latin American countries to follow suit, this really is war, and Bitcoin is fighting the final boss in a video game. Let's go BTC. We already know what's inevitable. The king will win. And before I break down our next story of the day, Bitcoin and crypto assets to trigger the largest redistribution of wealth in history, according to macro guru Raoul Pal, as well as Bitcoin proponent Max Keiser, sticking with his $220,000 Bitcoin price prediction by 2022. But first, let's take a quick look at the overall crypto market cap, sitting above $1.37 trillion with $89 billion in volume in the past 24 hours, and the current Bitcoin dominance at 45.3%, with the ETH dominance at 17.9%, and the current Bitcoin market cap sitting at $622 billion, with the Ether market cap at $245 billion. Now checking out the top gainers within the top 100, we have Maker up 12%, trading just under 2,600. We have XDC up 11%, trading at 8.1 cents. Compound up 7%, trading at $321, and Hedera Hashgraph up about 4%, trading at 19 cents. Now checking out the top losers within the top 100, we have UMA down 12%, trading at $9. Waves down 10%, trading at $15, and Ethereum Classic down 10% for the day, but still up about 28% for the week, trading at $52.85. Now out of this list of the biggest gainers and losers, which altcoins are you currently most bullish on during this bull market? Let me know in the comments right down below. Now checking out one of my favorite indicators is the Crypto Greed and Fear Index. Shows we're currently rated at 28 in fear. Yesterday was a 28, last week a 22, and last month a 20 in extreme fear. And if you're not familiar with the Crypto Greed and Fear Index, extreme fear can be a sign investors are too worried. That can be a great buying opportunity, like we're witnessing right now, BTFD, buy that freaking dip. And when investors are getting too greedy, that means the market is due for a correction. All right, now let's break down our next story of the day. Real Vision founder and macro analyst Raoul Pal says a historic transfer of wealth is coming as money flows out of legacy finance into Bitcoin and cryptocurrency assets. In a new interview with podcast host Natalie Brunell, the macro guru offers his perspective on the future of finance and says that crypto will lay the foundation for a new digital economy. Quoting him right here, what is happening is a parallel financial system, and it's even more than a financial system. It's the new digital architecture of the world is being built. There's a new promised land and people are migrating across at unbelievable speed. All my old clients and friends from the macro world are now living in this new world. Virtually none of them are left in macro because the returns are so big. The opportunities, the ability to be optimistic and not pessimistic while keeping one eye on the kind of burning city of the old, which is the old financial system, but going to this new beautiful world is the discovering of the Americas all over again. And it sounds hyperbolic, but it's not. I think it's going to be the largest redistribution of wealth in all recorded history in the shortest period of time. Powell believes that there is an abundant investment opportunity within crypto, saying that the digital asset class has no limits in terms of potential. Quoting him again here, we've now got the central banks that anytime there's downside, we'll print more money, and we know what that does to the asset prices, so we've turned the whole screw of the opportunity to buying calls and not buying put. The exponential age means that the upside is unlimited, and that is what is so interesting about this period of time. I agree 100%. Powell says that the crypto markets may continue to trend sideways in the short term with a renewed rally still to come this year. Powell, who is a well-known Bitcoin and Ethereum bull, says he's now branching out into a group or lower cap crypto projects. Checking out his tweet right here, I think most narratives are so far behind what is really going on. My view, as I've stated many times, is that social/community tokens are going to be one of the biggest changes to global business models in history. And no, I'm not going to give tips on what to buy. And to watch this entire interview with macro guru Raoul Pal, check the show notes below the video in the description. And before I break down our final story of the day, Bitcoin proponent Max Keiser doubles down on his $220,000 Bitcoin price prediction by 2022. And I break down the latest highlights from his most recent interview. But first, I want to remind you to smash that show more button right below this video in the description for a detailed analysis of what's going on in the crypto market. This goes for all 825 plus videos right here on my YouTube channel. Also some very helpful resources for you to plug into, including my daily letter, which goes out to over 30,000 subscribers every single day. To subscribe, visit letter.cryptonewsalerts.net. Also have a blog I update daily, which can be found at cryptonewsjess.com. Also be sure to smash that subscribe button and hit that bell icon to turn on all notifications to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day. You can also find me on all the major podcasting platforms, from Spotify, the home of the Joe Rogan Experience, to Apple's iTunes and Google Play. You can also follow me on Twitter. My Twitter handle is Crypto News. Yes, and for those of you on Facebook, I do have a private crypto Facebook group entitled Crypto Alchemy. To join it, click this link, request to join. I'll be sure to plug you in. And for those of you on Telegram, I do have a private crypto Telegram chat. And for those of you on TikTok, be sure to follow me there. All right, now let's break down our final story of the day. Bitcoin advocate Max Keiser says his price target for this year remains at $220,000, despite the recent FUD that has crept in over the past couple of weeks. On that, Max added that the volatile downswings in Bitcoin are part of the parcel of its nature, but on the higher timeframes and over its 10-plus year history, it has still provided 200% annualized gains. That's right. Sometimes all we need to do is zoom out For the past 10 years straight, we've been having an average of 200% appreciation per year for the king of all crypto. So Keiser guarantees Bitcoin will increase your purchasing power. Speaking about the recent crash, particularly the apparent sway held by Elon the FUD puppet himself to tank markets, Keiser said significant corrections are normal, adding that the most recent one is nothing special. Quoting him right here, "We've been doing this for 10 years. We've had 15 of these corrections over the past 12 years, and this current one is an average one, nothing special. Number two, it always shakes out the weak hands." And what's more, Keiser points out that the hodling of any asset through down periods is difficult when the knives are out. He gave an example of buying Apple stock in the late 1990s after the price had crashed. At the time, investors held a negative opinion of Apple, but in the long run, it turned out to be a good investment. Keiser gave a similar account regarding Amazon, saying in its time, Amazon has also gone through 60 to 70% corrections in its way to being one of the most valuable companies worldwide. However, the critical thing to consider with Bitcoin is purchasing power, which Keiser said is guaranteed to increase over time, unlike fiat currency, which does offer stability, but at a cost of decreasing purchasing power. Quoting Max here, "So volatility in Bitcoin is something we want because it's a trade-off we accept, because holding fiat money means you have stability, but you're guaranteed to lose purchasing power. Holding Bitcoin is volatile, but you are guaranteed to increase purchasing power." That, my friend, is a fact. Now, Keiser has always been a larger-than-life character that has drawn criticism for his passionate displays. This was demonstrated during the recent Bitcoin Miami conference. That's right. How many of you remember Max Keiser on stage with Michael Saylor screaming, "F Elon, we're not selling"? Epic, to say the least. One such instance was a video in which he tore up money while ranting about government corruption, but setting the record straight. Keiser said that the video was actually from 2 years ago in San Francisco and not during the recent Miami conference. He then said it's all a part of his act to hammer home the point that fiat is worthless garbage. Quoting him here, "I've ripped up money like that many times. I think I've ripped up close to $50,000 over the years. It's a part of my act where I typically enter ripping up dollars so people can understand that they are worthless garbage." That's right. He even recently tweeted, "I'll see your $100,000 and raise you $1 million. Watch Max rip up money," responding to Kodak Black spraying $100,000 into the ocean. And regarding his year-end $220,000 Bitcoin price prediction, from the current price action, Bitcoin would still need to move up about 6x before the end of this year. Do you feel this is probable or improbable? Let me know your honest thoughts in the comments right down below. And to check out Max Keiser live in action at the F Elon party on July 8th in Austin, Texas, I'll include this link in the show notes below the video in the description, along with this interview with Max Keiser and Stansberry Research's Daniela Cambone, so you can check it out for yourself. And now for a quick recap, what I covered with you right here in today's show. The Bitcoin bulls must now defend that $33,000 support after a 5% daily loss. Also in today's show, I broke down the latest from statistician Willy Woo, who says Rick Astley hollers are a key force again, and that on-chain signals suggest recovery. Also in today's show, we discussed Bitcoin and crypto assets to trigger the largest redistribution of wealth in history, according to macro guru Raoul Pal, as well as Max Keiser doubling down on his $220,000 year-end Bitcoin price prediction. But where do you feel the Bitcoin price is likely to head next? Let me know in the comments right down below. Well, that's going to conclude today's show. As always, I appreciate you tuning in and journeying along with me inside this incredible crypto matrix. If you gain value out of today's show, be sure to smash that subscribe button. That's right, and turn on all notifications to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day, just like this.